Gods and goddesses in training, future ascended masters, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you for being here and learning from these teachings, these sacred teachings, which we're weaving into very modern insights. So the theme that's been coming up for all of us has been this theme of patience. Patience is a virtue, as they say. But I don't want you to see it as just a virtue. I want you to see it as a weapon. It's a weapon against impulsivity. It's a weapon against chaos. Or even the slow poison of, unfulfilled relationships. I want you to listen to this lecture not to understand patience as this like waiting for something to happen. I don't want you to see it as a passive state. I want you to notice patience as an active change, an active force of spiritual and relational mastery. We're going to dive deep into its roots in survival, as well as some spirituality, and why it holds a timeless influence over us all. So my idea of being impatient is, first of all, someone who is very attached to time and needs things to happen by a specific time. An attachment to time is also an attachment to our ego, correct? Which is why Shiva's energy reminds us of timelessness, Kal Bhairav, right? When we start to chase and we feel this craving and we feel this pull, we have to learn to be the silent observer again. It's not about sitting idle, it's about being grounded in chaos, where you choose wisdom over reaction. And this is not easy to do because human emotions are very, very frantic, right? They start to bubble up in certain times, they start to stack in certain ways. However, if you allow yourself and give yourself the space and the time and the intention to heal, it will do it for you. Time by itself doesn't heal, but with intention and with progress and with action, the healing occurs. In Buddhism, patience is one of the 6 perfections. So it symbolizes the ability to endure suffering without losing your peace. In Taoism, patience is flowing with life's timing. There's divine timing happening. If you can align with that, you align with this Tao or the flow, this invisible substrate that pulls you along on this spiritual path. This is where you're aligning with the rhythms of the universe rather than actively trying to fight against it. So patience is not a weakness, okay? Patience is strength under control. It's a tiger crouching in the tall grass. It is the essence of focused power. You see, patience allowed our ancestors to hunt, gather, wait for the right resources, opportunities. It's the trait that separates sustainable survival to reckless destruction. You guys know the scientific test is called the marshmallow test. Some of you may have heard of it, for delayed gratification, right? If you wait a little bit longer, I'll give you 2 marshmallows. Now this predicted their higher success rates, but also these kids into the future, they had great relationships and they had a way greater emotional resilience. So that's amazing, right? This is what we should be teaching kids, the youth. This beautiful truth and wisdom that you can wait a little longer and good things will emerge. Not a wishful thinking, like hopefulness and, praying for it to happen. It's more so a knowing, a trust of faith in the unknown, that you are guided, that you are protected, and you are safe. Patience reduces your cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and it increases serotonin, dopamine, leading to a greater sense of empowerment. So, since patience is the intersection of wisdom and power, a warrior needs strength, but without patience, that strength becomes destructive. In Christianity, they say love is patient, love is kind. In Hinduism, look at Lord Shiva meditating even when there's so many other things distracting him. Isn't that a great example of patience? Or the Buddha, for instance. The Cherokee spoke of the 2 wolves. Which wolf do you want to feed? Harmony over conflict, okay? That's the Hermes staff, too. It's a symbol of two snakes fighting, and the staff represents the pillar between them. You might see this on pharmacy logos and so forth. Okay, I personally love working with Mercury or Hermes, that energy. It's very powerful, especially for communication and looking at the liminal spaces between worlds. Also, patience keeps you in the flow, right? Keeps you in the zone. It aligns your actions with very divine timing. And what you're really doing, if you think about it, is grace amplifying your results. What you're really doing is you're allowing grace to amplify your results. You're not fighting against the current, you're becoming the current. Like, for instance, sometimes you've got to listen to things when somebody's speaking to you, even if it's uncomfortable to you. You have to learn how to be patient during those times. I saw this shirt the other day. This guy was wearing a shirt that said, gaslight me. I thought that was a very interesting choice of shirt. I was like, okay, that's he's like owning it, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's about trusting when doubts arise, because doubts can throw you off course. It can make you feel like uncertain, hesitant about certain things. So doubt your doubts, you know? Find a way to understand that your doubts are not the truth. Double down on knowing that. Patience is not ignoring red flags, it's holding space for anybody, like, you know, your partner's growth, your best friend, your family, right? You hold space with them and for them. For patience, you got to give yourself a delay time between stimulus and reaction. Okay, so that means taking 3 deep breaths before you say something hurtful to someone. Like, let's say you're feeling a lot of anger. Let's say you took 3 deep breaths, belly breathing, right? So hand over your belly. Make sure your belly go out like this and then back like this, okay? So just count to 3 before responding. And I just say, this moment is enough. I believe in divine timing. Okay? Now, I've had to be very, very patient because I haven't been able to go to New Zealand yet. And even though all my energy has been, you know, culminating to this point to make this event happen, it saddens me that it's taken this long for me to get my visa, and also it got denied earlier. So right now I'm calibrating and trying my best to go through the challenges, because I know our Primal Sutra family is protecting us from something, because they're always on our side. Everything will align and unfold as it should, okay? So let's not fast forward the journey. Let's press play on this movie as it's slowly evolving now. That's how I see patience. I'm not fast forwarding through this movie of life anymore. I'm here to embrace it. Embrace it. And miss, if you got a bumper, then shake it. Hold on. There's a little fly thing. You know, in a fast-paced world, it's tough to find patience. So this is why I changed my wallpaper to somewhere where I have a peace of mind, actually, as I'm looking at it. Because a lot of times, you know, you find it difficult to access a place in your mind where there is patience. But what if you had this one location, this one place you always went to? It could be an inner garden. It could be a Shambhala. Okay? Using your mindset and your vision for what you want to achieve and harnessing those skills internally. You know this is the foundation for all greatness, right? Empires weren't built in a day. There's no such thing as an overnight success. It was culmination towards that point of that overnight success. If I operate from a higher dimension of clarity and discernment, and I use technology, I'm gonna use it wisely. I'm not gonna doom scroll and like just waste my time with it and like have it take me into a negative world, and you see? So I use my social media primarily for my business and my expression to connect with you guys, to help you guys through this process. And yeah, there are times where some of the comments, they test my patience, or there's weird things happening. But just because that's happening, I'm not going to stop my natural life's flow. I've dedicated my life to this flow, so I'm going to be with the stream, baby. I'm going to be like water. I'm going to hydrate myself and others. Clearly understanding that my energy is a privilege, and it should not be so freely scattered. At the same time, I know I have a big heart, and again, I want to reiterate, patience is not you waiting around. You're preparing for something. Decide on what you're prepping for. It's time. This is your journey. Create some structure in your life now so that you have somewhere to lean into, somewhere to evolve, right? One foot in front of the next. See that finish line as it's already a part of your life. It's already here. It's already mine. This is so exciting, guys. There's something very miraculous that's about to happen. I can already feel it. It's already here. Oh, I just planted that seed. Okay? Now you have it too. There's miracles right around the corner. Just wait. Just wait. You're not a loser. You're a winner in transit. You're being patient enough to wait for that subway train to take you to the finish line. You got this. We got this. Upward Spiral gang, may we never be the same again. Osa, thank you for watching and listening. I love y'all. Peace. Boom.